Hey guys, welcome back. Now you might have noticed with professional athletes the last few years and most recently in the Tokyo Olympics, you might realize that a lot of them had sort of weird red circles at their back and maybe even their legs. Now no, they weren't attacked by an octopus. That is actually a consequence of something known as cupping therapy. Now quite a lot of you might be familiar with cupping therapy as an old form of Chinese traditional medicine, but actually cupping therapy can also be traced back all the way to Egyptian as well as Middle Eastern cultures. But enough with the history lesson, this is all about tech. And what I have here actually blends traditional medicine together with technology. And I'm talking about this. So this is the Achedaway Cupper. Now yes, like I mentioned, cupping therapy has become increasingly popular with professional athletes, but it's been used by regular people for thousands of years. So it's been known to relieve pain, muscle inflammation, help to increase blood flow. It's also been known to help with a few issues, medical issues, although I'm not a doctor, so that's not something that I can verify at this time. So how cupping therapy was done traditionally was using fire and a flammable substance to create the sort of suction and sort of pull your skin and your muscles back. But recently you've also had vacuum, which is a different form, but basically the vacuum also creates that same suction. Now yes, the vacuum may be sort of safer than the traditional method of using fire, but both of them still require a professional to help you with that cupping therapy. But with this, the Achedaway Cupper, this is something that is available to anyone to use. You don't need professional help for it. It's all done with this cupper right here. Now before we talk more about the performance, let's talk about the unboxing. Now in the box, you actually get a really nice traveling case. Really good, makes it a lot easier to travel around. You get two Achedaway Cuppers in the package. You get these lanyards here. You also get extra lanyards, and you also get two USB-C type cables, which is basically how you charge this. But yes, you get two cables, and you get this sort of cupping attachments. Now you get 3 different sizes and 2 attachments per size. Now what you might notice here, for every single attachment you get this sort of like a sponge or a cotton filter. Now this is supposed to help block some of the impurities from coming in. So yeah, and because it's this sort of material, it would probably be not as effective later on. But the good thing is, Achedaway actually gives you a whole bunch of extra cotton filters for each size, so that's really great. Now apart from the cupping therapy which this is made for, it also has something called red light therapy. And if you're watching this from Singapore, no, not that kind of red light therapy. Alright, now I can't speak too much about this red light therapy. It's supposed to also help with blood flow and all that sort of thing, but I really couldn't find that much info about it online. So I'm gonna focus mostly on the cupping ability of this Achedaway Cupper. Now with traditional and even the modern methods of cupping therapy, whether you're using fire or vacuum, like I mentioned, there were some dangers to it and you always needed a professional to be there to help you out. But with this, like I said, you don't. You just use this whenever, if you're done with sports, just bring it along with you, just put it in, it works. But what I really like, of course, is smart features, alright? Now, like I said, it's really safe to use because you also have different modes, right? You have different modes, depending on what you want to do with it. You also have different intensities. So from level 1 to level 5, you can sort of work your way up from 1 to 5 and find one that suits you best. And speaking about safety features, now you have 2 major safety features. Number 1, if you're using it and you feel like it's going to be uncomfortable or a little bit too painful, you can just press the power button once, it stops it, it pauses the entire thing. The other thing is that you actually have a maximum time per session of about 12 minutes. So that's really good, and like I said, yeah, really safe for you to use. Oh, and I forgot to mention, in the box you do get a user guide, and it's a really important one, so do read up in the user guide. You've got a lot of useful tips, and also it shows you how to use this properly and safely. And you know me, I'm a sucker for smart features, and yes, this is actually sort of a smart product as well. So you can actually download the Achedaway app on your phone, and yes, available on both iOS and Android, and you can basically control everything about the Achedaway Cupper that you can do on the device itself. So if you got it on your back or something and you want to adjust it, you don't have to reach, just take out your phone and you can adjust it from there. Fantastic. And if you don't want to use the entire 12 minutes, that's fine. You've got a timer there as well that you can set. Now in terms of how it performs, I don't have any complaints. Then again, I'm not an expert, but at the same time, every time I've tested it out, it has always worked really well. I did have one concern when I first started testing this. Now, for someone like me who's got a lot of body hair, I thought that me having this much body hair would sort of impede the ability for this to create that suction. But I tried it on my legs and there was absolutely no problem. It did it perfectly fine. Alright, so let's talk about the price. So originally, the Achedaway Cupper was about $249 US. Not the cheapest, but again, you don't have to go to a professional to get it done every time, which saves you a lot of money anyway. But right now, if you go to their website, it's actually available at $169 US, so a really big drop in price. And that's not all, alright? Now, if you use the promo code TechnoBabble, right? Use the promo code here. Use that at the website to get the Achedaway Cupper. You get an additional $25 US off. That's fantastic. So to summarize, the Achedaway Cupper actually impressed me a lot more than I thought it would. It's very well built, it's become really affordable now, and despite its solid build, it's really lightweight and portable. And like I said, really safe to use and makes cupping therapy available to anyone at any time. Alright, so that about wraps up my review of the Achedaway Cupper. Now, if you like this video, you know what to do, and I would love it if you were subscribed to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications on our next video. I'm JP, and I'll see you real soon.